Okay, going off of what the negative has been saying, that the benefits of legalizing marijuana will not outweigh the dangers. I don't think that is true, because in the act itself it says that money will be put back into 20% will be put back into drug abuse rehab centers, and it will go back into other state programs, not just education. She mentions that the marijuana can impair your coordination and it is bad for your health. But this act that's going to be passed is for people that are 21 and older. These are adults, they know what they're doing. The same with alcohol. Drunk driving might be even more dangerous than smoking marijuana. They know what they're doing. If they want to smoke marijuana, then let them smoke marijuana. They know the dangers that are in it, and people smoke marijuana anyway. So it's not like it's gonna make a big change. She says that they cannot contribute to society because they are impaired, mentally impaired. But if you want to talk about people being the contribution to society, how can people contribute to society when they don't have a good education? Education is being taken away from a lot of people because the debt is too high and the tuition is rising and they cannot pay for school. She also mentions that doctors say it is harmful to kids. Yes, it is harmful to kids, but so is alcohol, so is tobacco, so is eating too much candy. I mean, this is supposed to be for adults. This is not talking about giving it to kids. And it is actually easier for them to get marijuana than it is it is easier for them to get marijuana right now than alcohol, because they're less, they can just go to a dealer and it is not regulated by the state at all. Going to the disadvantage, in subpoints A and B, he talks about how it is the highest in dependence and it leads to addiction. But I have evidence here from Dr. Sanjay Gupta, the CNN chief medical correspondent at CNN.com, August 8, 2013, access November 18, 2013. We now know that while estimates vary, marijuana leads to dependence in around 9 to 10% of its adult users. By comparison, cocaine, a Schedule II substance with less abuse potential than Schedule I drugs, hooks 20% of those who use it. The worst is tobacco, where the number is closer to 30% of smokers, many of whom go on to die because of their addiction. You cannot overdose on marijuana. You can overdose on alcohol. The health risks, there are health risks, but it's not as bad as they make it seem. They have, the studies are limited because it is not legal to, it is not legal to have many studies done since the use of marijuana is illegal. But there are studies that show, there's a study that shows that cannabis could help with immunity and the immune system. According to the National Cancer Institute on August 1st, 2013, although cannabis was not believed to have any medical use, the U.S. government distributed it to patients on a case-by-case basis under the Compassionate Use Investigational New Drug Program between 1978 and 1992. In the past 20 years, researchers have studied how cannabinoids act on the brain and other parts of the body. Cannabinoid receptors have been discovered in the brain cells and nerve cells and other parts of the body. The presence of cannabinoid receptors on immune system cells suggests that cannabinoids may have a role in immunity. In his subpoint E, I failed to see the impact that it will decrease the perception of the harm it produces. So what if people